So it's very likely that Sega are actually making a new Sonic racing game, which I think is amazing, like, because All Stars Racing and All Stars Racing Transformed are amazing games. Like, if you haven't played them, go out and play them right now. And for the longest time, people have been like, well, Sega, you've got these two great games, and I'm pretty sure they sold really well. I'm pretty sure Transform sold around 2 million copies, which isn't too bad. So, when's the next game coming out? And it may be coming out soon, because two toy companies at the recent toy fair that's going on have revealed, sort of leaked kind of, that there may be a new racing game coming out. The first toy company said, I don't know their name, but they said that they're making racetrack toys for a new Sonic racing game that's coming out, which sort of flat out confirms that they're making a new racing game. The second one isn't so, like, blatant. They're saying they're making racetrack toys, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're making a new racing game. But when it was like the last time they made racing toys, that was around the time of Transformed coming out, and it's very likely, I think, it's sort of past a rumour at this point. I'd say it's very likely that we're getting a new Sonic racing game. And yes, I said Sonic because the rumour is that they're focusing less on Sega characters and more on Sonic, which I can see why they do it, even though I don't want them to, because no little kid is going to go out and see a Sonic racing game and be like, oh, I want to play this for Jet Set Radio, I want to play this for Beat, I want to play this for Amigo, I want to play this for II. No, they're like, I want this because Sonic's in it. Sonic's obviously the most popular character, his name's in the fucking title, and his cast sort of fill up half the roster, especially in the first game. There was like 10 Sonic characters in that game. Yeah, so it doesn't surprise me that they're going to move away from Sega characters and move into Sonic in general, even though I personally would like them to stick with Sega, because, you know, it's nice to have a bit of diversity, and you don't want to be playing the same Sonic racetracks over and over again. You want to be, you know, going to the House of the Dead place, you want to be going to the Afterburner stage. It's cool, and just being stuck in the Sonic world all the time sort of limits the creativity of this game, I think, a bit. And another thing is that people aren't calling this a third Sonic racing game, they're calling it a sequel to Transformed, which I would not like them to do, actually. I want them to not actually have it be a Transformed sequel. I want them to do something original, because the first Sonic racing game, the first All Stars Racing, it wasn't you didn't transform into like boats or planes. That was something purely that was added in the sequel. That was Transform's gimmick, and I sort of would like this new game to have its own gimmick. You know, do something original. I think that would be cool, because, you know, who knows what they could do. They could end up with something even better than Transformed. And we don't actually know yet if it's Sumo Digital who's doing it, the people who made the first two games, because Sumo Digital are working on a new kart racer from, I'm pretty sure it was from an existing franchise, and it was either Aaron Weber. I don't know if Aaron Weber said we weren't getting an All-Stars racing game at all. So he's probably like lying, or he's getting like a loophole around it. He's saying there's no new All-Stars racing game, but it's not really an All-Stars racing game, because it might just be a Sonic racing game, which also leads people to believe that it's Sonic R2, but nah, I don't think Sega would do that. They might call it Sonic R2, but it's not going to be like a Sonic on foot sort of racing game. But Sumo Digital said they weren't making any Sonic racing game, and the only other way we could see another racing game then is either if they were lying, which I don't think they would do. I don't think they'd flat out lie. They would more just ignore it. Or a new developer's coming in. I don't think it would be Sonic Team themselves, because they don't really make racing games. But it might just be another developer coming into the ring and making a new Sonic racing game, which I think is cool. Even though Sumo Digital have made amazing Sonic racing games, it might be nice to get a bit of change of pace and see what another studio could do with the Sonic racing license. And it's still a rumor, but the reason I call it like most likely happening is because it can't just be a coincidence that two toy companies who are working with the Sonic brand currently have said they're making a racing game. Like, that's not just, oh, well, sorry, they're actually not making a racing game. We don't know where we got that information from. Like, I'd be very surprised if it's not happening. I'd be surprised if we don't have long to wait. We just have to wait till March 16th and we'll know if this was real or fake, but it's most likely real. But if it is Sumo Digital, I'm honestly going to be a bit disappointed because I was sort of hoping that Sumo Digital's next Sonic Sega All-Star game would be something original, because they pitched the soccer game, they pitched the fighting game, the Power Stone style fighting game, which would have been amazing. Like, really, another racing game? If it's Sumo Digital, I would sort of prefer them to do something else. Like, that fighting game, they were gonna make a Sega fighting game, and Sega were like, no, racing game. Like, another thing is that people are looking for a Riders game. They don't want a all-star racing game. They want a Riders 4 to sort of make up for how laughably bad Free Riders is. I actually own Free Riders. I actually quite enjoyed it whenever I was younger, but I know that it's not a very good game. But I would love another Riders game. Riders in HD, where you don't have to look like an asshole in front of your Kinect. That would be great. And this is also the perfect time for Sega to come out with a racing game. You know, Forces and Mania, the two main Sonic games, have just released. You know, there's going to be a bit of time until the next Sonic game, main series Sonic game, comes out. So just a spin-off is exactly what Sonic sort of needs right now. Before they get back into the mainline stuff, just a couple spin-offs, a couple ports, and then we'll get back into the Forces, what's after Forces, or what's after Mania. Yeah, it seems most likely, because it's not anything crazy like, oh, a Sonic Heroes remake with tag team stuff from Forces. It's not, oh, Sonic Team is actually the Demon Incarnates, and Japan is trying to sabotage America so Sonic will never sell. No, yeah, they're making a new racing game. That's so much more believable. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. So tell me what you think about this. Do you think it's real? Because I think that it's 99% sure that this is actually going to happen, because you know, so many signs are pointing to this being real. So tell me what you think, and bye.